Hello everyone, welcome back to Math with Meljo. Today we are diving into extra practice on solving linear system using elimination. So the problems we're gonna do is good. It's gonna be regarding subtract the equations directly or adding them directly. Some of them would be regarding decimals and fractions. So these are great to help you guys out regarding the math exams and also math homeworks. If you have any questions, leave a comment below and I get back to you. All you have to do right now is grab a pen and paper and let's practice together. So the first question is going to tell me solve each system of equation by elimination. In this question, it doesn't tell me which method to use. So I'm free to use either addition or subtraction. The first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to divide my first and second equation. So this is my first equation, this is my second equation. And as in this question, I'm free to use either addition or subtraction. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a look in my x and y variables. So in this scenario, I'm lucky. I can see my x variables, they have the same number, so I can easily get rid of them by subtraction. Or in the scenario of my y variables, I can see is positive and negative. That means they're gonna cancel each other if I add them together. So I can use either of them. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna use addition because I like to add. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just write positive here and I'm gonna add these two together. So x plus x equals 2x. And y plus minus y, you have to remember it's like this. So it's gonna be plus 1 plus minus 1 equals 0. You need to pay attention to these two. This is what most of the students make mistake. So these two cancel each other, and 10 plus minus 4 equals 6. So I'm looking for only x, so I have to divide both sides by 2. So I'm gonna ending up with x equals 3. In order to find y, I just have to plug x equals 3 in either the first or second equation. I'm gonna use the first equation because it's like addition is easy. So I'm gonna just write down equation 1, plug in. I'm gonna write down 3 plus y equals 10. So instead of x, I just write down 3. So it's gonna be y equals 10 minus 3 and y equals 7. So this is the result of this equation. The second question is x plus 3y equals 9 and x plus y equals 4. Same thing. In this equation and in this question, it didn't tell you, it didn't specify to use addition or subtraction. So you can use either of them. So if you take a look at these two, I'm going to take a look at my x and y variables. For me, I always choose the one that the number is same here. Because in that scenario, I'm not gonna do like multiply the whole thing by one number to even out the numbers beside the variable. So I'm gonna use these two. But in order to get rid of them, since both of these two has like positive 1 numbers, I need to use subtraction to get rid of x and find y. So in this scenario, I'm gonna use subtraction. So I'm gonna say x plus 3y equals 9 minus x plus y equals 4. So x minus x cancels out each other. 3y minus 2y, 3y minus 1y equals 2y. And 9 minus 4 is 5. I'm looking only for y. So I have to divide both sides by 2. So y is going to be equal 5 divided by 2, which is equal to 2.5. I got my y. All I have to do is just plug this number to either my first or second equation to find for x. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna plug it in the second equation, since if I do it in the first equation, I have to multiply 2.5 by 3. I don't want to do that. So I'm gonna say plug in second equation. I don't have my x, so I'm just going to write down x plus 2.5 equals 4. So x is going to be 4, and we're going to move 2.5 to the right side. So it's going to be negative. So it's going to be 4 minus 2.5. And x equals 1.5. And this is our result for x. So in this question, it also asks for us to check the solution. So we're going to check the solution. Let me just use a different color so it would stand out to you guys. Let me just make this here. Okay, so I'm going to write down check solution. I'm going to choose the second equation first because the numbers are less than the first equation. It's easier to check. So it's going to be 2 times, instead of x I'm going to write down negative 1.5 plus 3, and instead of 5 we had minus 4 divided by 3 equals negative 7. So you have to find the result of the left side and see if it equals with the right side. If it's equals, everything is correct. If it's not equal, something is wrong. You need to see where did you make a mistake. So let's see. 2 times negative 1.5 is 3 plus, it's going to be 3 times negative 4 and 3 times 1. So it's going to be plus minus 12 divided by 3. Here I forgot to put the negative. See, even I forgot that. These are very, very important because if you make mistake here, you're not going to get the correct answer. So I have to find a common denominator here. It's going to be 3. So there's a hidden 1 here. So the common denominators would be these 2 times to each other. That's going to be minus 3 times 3 is going to be negative 9 plus, it's going to be negative 12 times 1, which is negative 12, so it's going to be plus negative 12. So negative 9 plus negative 12 is negative 21 divided by 3, which is going to be equals to minus 7. And you can see the left side equals to the right side. So what are you going to write down? You're going to write down minus 7 equals minus 7. You're going to put it in the bracket and say everything is correct. And you have to do the same thing for the first equation too if your teacher wants you to show your check the solution for both equations, because some of them they want you to check it for both equations, some they want to check in one equation. So we move on to the next question. It says solve and check the solution. So same thing, it just tells you to use an elimination method, but it doesn't tell you to use addition or subtraction. So the first thing that you can realize in this equation is, let me just write down first and second equation to define my equation. So you can see here the numbers on the left side and your variables in the right side. You may panic, oh, why is that? There is no big deal right now, it's totally fine. So if you want, you can just rewrite it as this one, same thing. So 3x minus 2y equals negative 2. 4x plus y equals negative 12. They put it this way to confuse you guys, but there's nothing wrong with that. So we want to use elimination method, but we don't know using subtraction or addition. So let's take a look at my numbers. So when I take a look at my numbers, I can see none of my variables has the same, has a common number. The x variable, here I have 3, here I have 4. The y variable, here I have minus 2, and here I have positive 1. But even though when I take a look in my y variable, I can see the signs are different. So this is my q. When the signs are different, I can use addition and get rid of this. But first, I have to make these two numbers same. For what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna add this whole thing by positive 2. So I'm gonna write down 3x minus 2y equals negative 2. And when you multiply it by 2, this multiplication applies to all of them. So it's gonna be 8x plus 2y equals negative 24. And I'm gonna use addition because right now for my y variable I have a common number but different signs, so I can use addition. 3x plus 8x equals 11x. Negative 2 plus positive 2 equals 0. We got rid of it. Negative 2 plus negative 4 equals negative 26. But I'm looking only for x, I'm not looking for 11x. I have to divide both sides by 11. I'm just going to write down x equals negative 26 divided by 11. I got my x, now I have to go and find for y. So in order to find y, you need to plug x in either first or second equation. And remember, when you plug it in, you must use the original format, not this format. So I have my y here. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna use, let me see, it's kind of like a high number. I'm gonna use this one because here y is positive. So I'm gonna write down plug in second equation. So instead of x, I'm gonna write down 4 times negative 26 divided by 11 plus y equals minus 2. So 4 times negative 26, let me just go here and we find it. 4 times negative 4 times 6 negative equals minus 104. So like this is 1, so it's going to be this 2 times each other. So it's going to be minus 104 divided by 11 plus y equals negative 12. I'm looking for y, so I'm going to move this whole thing to the right side. So it's going to be y equals negative 12. Here, I put minus here, but actually this minus is supposed to be here. So when I move this to the right side, this is going to be positive. And remember, the reason is because here we had the minus. So it's going to be plus 104 divided by 11. It's going to be y equals, we're going to choose a common denominator. You know how to find it. It's going to be these two multiplied by each other. So I have my common denominator, so it's going to be 11 times negative 12. I'm going to use my calculator for that. 11 times negative 12, it's minus 132. Minus 132 plus, here's like 1, so it's going to be 1 times 104. It's 104 plus 104. So I have to use my calculator one more time. Negative 132 plus 104 equals negative 28. Negative 28 divided by 11. If your teacher wants it more simplified, you can use calculators. It's going to be negative 2.5. Negative 2.54. So your y equals negative 2.5. And this is the result for y. So it asks you to check the solution. So we're going to check the solution. I'm going to plug it in. let's do in the first equation since like we didn't touch it. So I'm gonna write down, check the solution. So I'm gonna use first equation. So I'm gonna write down 3x minus 2y equals -2. 3x minus 2y equals -2. Instead of x, I'm gonna plug in -26 divided by 11 minus 2. So y is gonna be -2.54 equals -2. So in here I can make it more simplified. So I'm gonna use my calculator one more time. It's 26 negative divided by 11 minus 2.36. So it's gonna be 3 times minus 2.36 minus 2 times -2 times 2.54 negative minus 508 equals -2. So we are solving for the left side and want to see if it equals with -2. So 3 times minus 2, let me see, 2.36 minus 7.08 minus 7.08 minus 2 minus is positive 508 minus 708 plus positive 508 is going to be -2, and this is -2, so you can see right side and left side equal, so that means the solution is correct, and you put just one check mark here. So next question says solve by elimination and check the solution. So same thing, you're free to use either addition or subtraction method, that's totally up to you. So let's take a look into your equations. I'm gonna define my first and second equation. So the first one is 2n plus 5n equals -3. Second one is 5n minus 6, 9 equals -20. As you can see, I don't see a common number for the same variable here. So what I have to do, I have to choose one of the variables to make it common. So since in the previous examples I always choose like with the different signs, in this one I'm going to choose the hard way. So I'm going to choose my m because both of them has like a positive sign, and in this scenario I like to choose that one. So let's see, and I want to use you by subtraction, not by addition. So what I have to do, I have to multiply this by 5 to make it 10m here, and in here I have to multiply this by 2 to make it 10m here. So you see what I did? I multiplied the whole thing by the number of the variable that I want to get rid of. This is 5. And here I'm going to multiply the whole thing by the number of the variable I want to get out. So I want to get rid of m, so I choose +2. So, and when you multiply the whole thing, so this applies to all of them. So I'm going to write down 10m plus 25n equals -15. And here I'm going to have 10m minus 12n equals -40. what I want to use. I want to use subtraction. That was my choice. I'm just going to write down subtraction here. So 10m minus 10m cancels out. 25 minus 12. Always remember for the small details. So it's like this. 25 minus 12. Minus 12. So minus to minus, it becomes positive. So it seems like 25 positive 12. It's going to be 37. So I'm just going to write down 37 and equals negative 15 minus 40. Same thing. Negative 15 minus 40. These two becomes positive, so it's going to be negative 15 plus 40, which is going to be 25. I'm going to choose another color. 25 and equals 25 divided by 37. Let's find it here. 25 divided by 37, 0.67. It's going to be 0.67. So let's find for m. I'm going to choose the, the first equation to plug in. So I'm going to say plug in first equation, which is, remember, we always have to use the original format, which is this one. 2m plus 5n equals negative 3. 2m plus 5n equals negative 3. So I'm just going to write down 2m plus 5. Instead of n, I'm going to write down 0.67 equals negative 3. We have to solve for the left side and see if it's equal to the right side. So it's going to be 2m plus 0.67 times 5. 0.67 times 5. 3.35 plus 3.35 equals negative 3. 2m is going to be equal to negative 3. I'm moving positive 3.35 to the right side. So it becomes negative minus 3.35. So negative 3 minus 3.35 equals negative 6.35. It's going to be 2m equals negative 6.35. I have to divide both sides by 2 in order to find where only m equals divided by 2, negative 3.17. Negative 3.17. So this is what I have for m. And to check the solution would be the same thing. So you have to plug in either like the first and second equation and see if the number matches on the left side to the right side. And this is how to check for solution. And this scenario is solved by elimination. Same thing, it didn't tell you to use addition or subtraction, so it's your choice to choose either of them that you want to. So the first thing I always do, define your first and second equation. So when you take a deeply look at this, you can see both of the variables have the same sign, like both of them are positive. Like these two, for the y, both of them are positive, and for the x, both of them are negative. So you have to make one of them negative, and also you can see that none of the variables have the common number. So you have to make it one of them times a negative number to make it like a common number in order to, you can use addition to get rid of one of the variables. So what I'm going to choose the x one because the common number would be 10. So 10 is a good number, like easy to deal with. I'm going to multiply this by a negative number. I'm going to tell you why. So you can see the result here is negative. and it's easier to deal with a positive number. So if I multiply this whole thing by a negative, like 2 negative number, this one is going to be positive, and it makes my life easier. So I'm going to multiply this by negative 2, but for the second equation I'm going to just multiply it by 5. And you know how I did that. I want to get rid of x, that's why I multiply this by this number, and the second equation I'm gonna multiply 2 by 5. So same thing, this applies for the whole bracket. So I'm gonna have 10x, negative 10x, because it's minus 2. Negative 10x, negative 2 times 6y is gonna be minus 12y equals negative 2 times negative 0.3. This is going to be positive 0.6, which I'm going to not write down to positive 1 because we never do. We only write for negative. So 0.65. So I have to rewrite the second equation. So as I mentioned, the phi applies to the whole thing in a bracket. So 5 times 10 to x is going to be 10x. 5 times 9y equals 45y. And 5 times 0.4 equals 2. And we're going to use addition in order to get rid of x and solve for y. So minus 10x plus 10x cancels out each other. Minus 12y plus 45y equals 33y. 0.6 plus 2 equals 2.6. We have to divide both sides by 33 in order to find just y. So y equals 2.6 divided by 33. I can use calculator to find it. So 2.6 divided by 33 equals 0.0787. 0.0787. So this is our y. 0.07. So I have to choose either the first or the second equation to plug in it. I'm gonna choose the first equation, and remember you have to choose the original one. So it's 5x plus 6y equals negative 0.3. So 5. First you have to write down, plug in first equation. 5x plus 6y equals negative 0.3. You're going to write down 5x plus 6 negative 0.0787 equals negative 0.3. It's going to be 5x plus, so we have to multiply these two numbers. 0.0787 times 6, 0.4722. Okay, 0.4722 equals negative 0.3. I have to move this positive number to the right side so it becomes negative. So it's going to be equal 5x equals negative 0.3 minus 0.4722. So I have to find that number. 0.3 minus 0.4722 equals 0.7722 minus number. So 5x equals negative 0.7722. Just let me double check the number. 722, yes. So remember it's a negative number. So you have to divide both sides by 5 in order to find just for x. So x equals This number divided by 5, 0.15, negative 0.154. And this is what you have for x value. So this question didn't ask for to solve, like to check the solution, so we're not going to check the solution. Let's move on to the next question. Here we have x minus y equals 5, 3x divided by 4 plus 2y divided by 5 equals 5. So the first thing I'm going to do, choose my first and second equation. Before I move on to do elimination, what I'm going to do, I'm going to make these two to have a common denominator because it makes our life much easier. How you can choose common denominator? These two multiply by each other. So I'm going to have 20 here. Is 3x, like it's 4 times 5. So it's going to be 3x times 5 is 15x plus 20. This is 5 times 4. So it's going to be 2y times 4. So it's going to be 8y equals 1. So I already did that. So we're going to move on to say x minus y equals 5. How we can solve that? As you can see, our x variable has the same sign but not the same number. Our y variable has a different sign but has a same number. So I'm going to choose y to get rid of. How can I get rid of that? By addition. Why? Since the signs are different. Yes. Okay, so I have to multiply the second equation, actually the first one. So let me put it this way to not get confused. Okay, so this is our first and this is our second equation. So I have to multiply the first equation by 8y divided by 20 in order to have my variable to have a common number to cancel each other. So I have to multiply this one by 8y divided by 20. I'm sorry, 8 divided by 20, not 8y. 8 divided by 20. Because this is how this one seems like it. This is 820y. That's why. Anyhow, so let me just clear this part to not confuse you guys. Alright, so it's gonna be 820x minus 820y plus 40 divided by 20, which is going to be 2. Here we have 15 divided by 20x plus 9 divided by 20y equals 1. So as you can see, our y variables has the same number but different sign. So I can get rid of it by addition. So what I'm going to do, add these two. So 8 divided by 20 plus 15 divided by 20 is going to be 23 divided by 20x. These two cancels out. 2 plus 1 equals 3. Both sides must be divided by 23 divided by 3 to order to find only 4x. So it's going to be 3. Here I have a hidden 1 divided by 1 long division, long division is going to be 23 divided by 20. How you solve it? these two multiply by together, these two multiply by together. So it's gonna be 20 times 3 is 60. 23 times 1 is 23. So it's 60 divided by 23 if you want to solve it in like this, in a simpler way. So these two numbers like 46. So it's gonna be 14 here. And if you want to use calculator, it's gonna be 60 divided by 23 is 2.608. 2.608 equals our x. And we got our x. So right now we have to find for y. So what we have to do, we have to plug this in either the first or second equation, like the original format. I'm gonna use the first equation because I don't want to deal with fractions. So I'm gonna just write down, plug in first equation. So the first equation is x minus 5 equals 5. X minus y equals 5. And our x was 2.608 minus y equals 5. So I'm just going to write down negative y equals 5. I'm going to move this positive number to the right side so it becomes negative. It's going to be 5 minus 2.608. It's going to be negative y equals, I have to use my calculator, 5 minus 2.608, 2.392, 2.392, but this is my negative y. I'm just looking for a positive y. So if I divide both sides by negative 1, so it's going to be y equals negative 2.392. So let's do another question. 3x plus 2y equals 5, 5x minus 3y equals 8. So as you can see in here, my x variable has not have the same number, but it has the same sign, which means I can't, in order to get rid of x, I have to use subtraction. As you can see in my y variable, it doesn't have the same number, but it has a like different sign. If I want to get rid of that, I have to use addition. So it's your choice. So I'm gonna use subtraction this time. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna multiply this by 5. And I have to multiply this by 3. So this is gonna be 15x plus 10y equals 25. I have 15x minus 15y equals 24. I chose this because I want to subtraction. So 15x minus 15x cancels out each other. 10 minus 15. It's going to be minus to minus positive, so it's going to be 10 plus 15. It's going to be 25y. 25 minus 24 is 1. Y equals 1 divided by 25, which is 0.4. We found our y, we just have to find our x. So I'm going to use one of the original equations. It could be either the first one or second one. So I'm going to use the first one. I'm going to say plug in first equation. So first I have to write down the original. So it's 3x plus 2y equals 5. I'm looking for x, I'm just going to write down 3x plus 2. Instead of y, I'm going to write down 0.4 equals 5. It's going to be 3x plus 0.8 equals 5. So it's going to be 3x equals 5 minus 0.8 is 4.2. In order to find x, I have to divide both sides by 3. So it's going to be x equals 4.2 divided by 3, which is 1.8. I think so. Let me just double check it. Actually, no, it's going to be, I'm sure it's going to be 1.6, sorry. But just to make sure. Yes, 1.6. It's going to be 1.6. So x equals 1.6. And we found our variable, the number for x. So this is the end of today's video. So as I mentioned, if you have any questions, please feel free to put in the comments. I'll get back to you as soon as possible. The next video, I'm thinking to do polynomials. If you think that would be a good topic, just let me know, give me a thumbs up. And if you want another, in for the grade 10, if you need another topic to cover, just let me know what topic you're looking for, so I'm gonna make a video for that. Thank you for staying with me, and have a good day. Good luck in all of your exams and homeworks. Thank you so much. Have a good day.